Hey there, awesome and amazing people, my name is Fresonis and welcome back to Atlas. In less than 11 hours we can set sail in the world of Atlas. I cannot wait to do that. For me it will be around midnight before this game is getting released on Steam, at least if it is not getting delayed. And then we need to download 30 gigabytes of the game and then install it, and it will be about 100 gigabytes big. My god, it is not a big storage eater of a game, but it is also a huge game. So let's check out what we know so far of the game, what can we expect, what kind of creatures are there in the game, and all that kind of things. So let's go! I read the article of PC Gamer about Atlas, and my god, they have some interesting facts in there. As most of you already know, Studio Wildcard is the company behind this game, but it is getting developed by Grapeshot. And the world map of this game is huge. It is about 1200 times bigger than Ark. My god, it is insane. And now you must be wondering, how does it work server-wise? Because Ark is not performing that well on the server. Well, Ark is made in an older version of the Unreal Engine, and this game is made in a newer version. And they say that in early access, when it is getting launched in a couple of hours, it will already be performing better than Ark is doing now. And the world map is divided in a grid. Once you go from one location to another location, you shouldn't get a loading screen. You should just be able to travel from one side to the other side, and you will hop into a different server part. So that's why they can maintain 40,000 people on a map. At least that is what they say. They say that these servers can hold 40,000 people. I'm a little bit worried about that because we can have private servers, and really that is awesome. It is awesome that we can have a private server. I have private servers on Ark as well. I will never go back to official. But the concern I have is that if you have put 40,000 people in a server, then it is nicely crowded and you can come across other people. But if you have a private server and there are 100 people playing on the server, then doesn't it feel really empty? If you go from one side of the world map to the other side of the world map and you cannot even come across one single person, I think that really feels empty. So I don't know if I'm gonna open up a server for myself, because I don't want to feel like I'm playing in single player, because I never come across other people on the map and I don't want other people to play on my server and to feel that way. So I'm not sure what to do with this. Maybe I'm gonna host a server with someone else, I don't know, but we have to see that in the future. And about the official servers, there will be one PvP and one PvE server available for each region in the world. So for example, North America will have one PvE and one PvP world, and Europe as well, and they cannot play together, and that sucks a little bit. So I hope there is a way around that I can play with people from America and the other way around, because my god, it sucks if I cannot play with my friends in America and that kind of things. So I really hope I can choose my own location where I want to play. They also open up the game for the modding community. That means that we can get crazy and insane mods on this game, and I cannot wait to check some of them out. And for the console players, it will be a little bit of a downer, but there will be no mods on console. At least not for now, and I don't think there will be ever mods on console in the future. Because with Ark we also don't have mods on console, so I don't think Atlas will be any different in that way. And once you get into the game world for the first time, you will spawn in a free port. This is a level capped starter zone. In this starter zone the PvP is disabled, and in this way you can learn the game without getting killed from the start. I think this is a nice feature, because on Ark it is really annoying if you spawn there for the first time with a new character and you are getting killed just when you're getting started. So this is a nice way to learn the game a little bit, and after a half an hour or so you will have your own raft and you're gonna get set sail into the world of Atlas. And in this world of Atlas there is a lot to discover. Up to 700 uniquely hand-shaped islands are there for you to discover, and you want to discover them all. Because if you want to reach max level, you need to discover all the discovery zones there are on the map. So how does this work? And I think when you set foot on the beach of an island, you will discover the island, but you will not fully unlock all the discovery zones of an island. I think each island will have its own discovery zones. Otherwise it would be way too easy to discover all the islands and to gain max experience. So I think they want us to wander off on the island and to go on an adventure over there, discover caves and all that kind of things, and I think that way we unlock all the discovery zones. But yeah, what if you come across a small island that is claimed by a company? And a company is the same thing as a tribe is in Ark or a guild is in another game. It's just a group of people playing the game together. So my guess is you need to battle your way through them before you can unlock all the discovery zones of that small island. And I think that way we also gonna get some unique gameplay experience. And besides gaining experience from exploration, you will also gain experience when you kill creatures, of course, when you craft stuff, build stuff and all that kind of things. When the game launches in early access, there will be 50 creatures available for us to discover. Some of these creatures we can tame and they can be shoulder pads, they can be larger mounts that we can ride, and some of the mounts we can only have temporarily, like the dragon or the drake. This one we can tame, but we only can have it for a limited amount of time. There are also other creatures that we cannot tame, they are just part of the environment. And then there are also mini bosses for us to battle, and once we defeat them we can gain an artifact. And once you have all the artifacts you can go to the center of the world map and you can summon the end boss. And this end boss will be a giant kraken, as you can see in the trailer. And my god, this will be hard. So this is really endgame stuff. And I think you need to defeat it with a lot of ships. So you need to have a big company, or you need to group up with other companies and battle it that way. And one of the mini bosses they have showed us is the Hydra, and this Hydra has 5 heads and each head will have its own different type of attack. You have fire, that will put you on fire of course, then you have lightning, this will stun you. You have gas, this will drain your stamina and health. You have darkness, that will reduces your vision and outgoing damage, and it can also spook away tamed critters. And you have cold, and this will put you in ice and it will slow you down to a crawl stage. And only the heads are vulnerable to damage, so don't waste any time attacking the body. You need to attack the heads and you need to slay the heads, and all 5 must be destroyed if you want to kill it. And if it takes too long, a head will grow back and you have to start over again, or it will destroy you completely. Other creatures that we have seen in the trailer and on other footage are the hammerhead shark. Besides hammerhead sharks, I think there will also be normal sharks, and there are also going to be giant squids. And in the water we can also find small fish, dolphins, swordfish, but also giant whales. Moby Dick is in the game as well. In the article of PC Gamer they also say that there are manta rays. And there are also mermaids in the game. We can also get shoulder pads like the monkey and the parrot. I think there will be other shoulder pads as well, and these shoulder pads give you also buffs. And a creature that is going to be used a lot is the horse. And the horse you can also use to jump from ship to ship. I think that is really cool. There are also chickens in the game. Giant ostriches. I think you can tame them and you can ride them. There are also tigers, giraffes, elephants, rhinos, giant bulls. In the leak trailer we saw bears, and in the article of PC Gamer they mention bears as well. But there will also be mooses, some kind of seagulls, and in the water we can also find manta rays. And other mythological creatures that are in the game are the Hydra, the Cyclops, the Gorgon is also there, and this is some kind of a creature like Medusa, so it has several snake heads. The rock elemental, the fire elemental, the dragon, and I already mentioned the mermaid. There are also going to be some sort of pigs that we can ride, but there will be more creatures in the game and we will check them out as soon as possible. And then some other features of this game is that you can power up your weapons. You can put power-ups on them. Here you can see a person holding a two-handed mace and it is battling the soldiers of the damned. And you can come across these soldiers in caves, on land, when you hunt for treasures and all that kind of things. Having your own ship is nice, but it can be a challenge to navigate. You need to use A and D to steer with the rudder. And if you hold shift and then use A or D, you change the direction of the sails. You also need to keep the winds in your sail enabled to move, and if you fail at that, you will be just a sitting duck with your ship. You can have friends to help you out sailing a ship, using the cannons and that kind of stuff, but you can also use NPCs. You can hire NPCs in different towns, but you can also rescue NPCs and recruit them to help you out on your ship. And in order to do this you need to find the ghost ships, or ships of the damned as they are called. Once you've destroyed these vessels you will free the people and you can recruit them, but keep in mind if you recruit NPCs you need in-game money to pay them, and if you fail at this they will turn against you, so be careful. At launch in early access you can create 5 different vessels, from a small raft to a giant galleon. And while your ship is in the water it will take some damage over time, so it needs maintenance every now and then. If your ship is getting damaged and it is taking water, you need to use buckets to get the water out of it, but your ship can also be put on fire by flaming arrows, dragons or liquid fire. And to put out the fire you also need to use buckets of water. Besides ships in the water, in the future there will be also airships and submersibles. There are also gliders in the game that we can use to travel in the air, and there are also climbing peaks. I hope the climbing peaks and the mechanics don't cause any issues that we have now on Ark with the messing, so I hope in Atlas it will not be possible to get on the map and grieve people that way. There's also going to be a bounty system in the game. Players can put bounties on other players' heads. So you can become a bounty hunter, hunting people down, collect their skulls and collect the bounty. This bounty system can be nice, but I'm also a little bit worried that it can cause for grieving. And with grieving I mean if you can put a bounty on anyone's head, then it can cause for issues. If a group of people don't like another group, then they just put a bounty on each other's heads. But maybe it works in a way that once you get killed by a player, then that player can get a bounty on its head. And I wonder, do you need to pay for the bounty, or is it like in Fallout 76 that the player that has the bounty on its head needs to pay for the bounty? And you can also become a musician in the game, yeah, for real. You can play musical instruments and they give you buffs. But you can also dance in the game, so if you hear music, just start dancing, woohoo! And while you're dancing, maybe you find the love of your life. What, Fresonis? Well, it's about aging in the game. Your character will become older. You start at the age of 20 and you can become 100 years old. But like in real life, becoming older is not always a pleasure. For example, you will get debuffs like having worse vision and that kind of things. And once you become too old, you will die and you will lose your character. And that's why you need to find the love of your life. You need to mate with her or him and you need to get babies. And once the babies are growing older and the children are becoming the age of 20, you can get their body and you can discard your old one. And your children will inherit all the stats and skills that you have on your old body. And your children can also get stat bonuses, just like with the breeding system in Ark Survival Evolved, where you can get stat mutations on your creatures. But you can also find the Fountain of Youth, and this will be some kind of an event thing. So they say, for example, this week you can find the Fountain of Youth, and then you need to search for it, and once you have found it, you will stay young. And why is it an event thing? Because otherwise people will go to the same place, it will become crowded and everyone gets the Fountain of Youth. In the game you can also find treasures, and in order to find treasures you first need to find a treasure map. Once you have found the treasure map, it is a challenge to find the right island that holds the treasure. You need to search the world map for an island that matches the shape of the island that is on your treasure map. The further away the island is from the location where you found the treasure map, the bigger the treasure will be. If you go treasure hunting with a group of people, the loot that you find is getting divided amongst you automatically. If you want to have a bigger share, then just kill the other players and get their gold as well. There's plenty of more stuff that we need to discover on Atlas, and as soon as the game hits, I will be there for you as well. So subscribe to my channel if you want to stay updated with Atlas, if you want to see gameplay, tutorials and all that kind of things. So that's it for this video, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave any thoughts about this video or whatever in the comment below. And as always, if you haven't already want to see more in the future, then smash that subscribe button like a maniac. And I'll see you all in the next video or stream. Bye bye!